Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going. It's a little bit later in the morning start, but that's okay. I just gotta do some cookies today. We only have a little bit of school to do. We're trying to get to the end of our school, the things we have to do. We've been working really hard on different days, and so then we can take a big break for Christmas. So that is my goal today. So I thought, oh, I'll just start late. That's okay. We'll get there when we get there, right? That's how it works. If you have plans, I like my 5 o'clock in the morning and get things done, and so I can have my entire day to get household stuff and kid stuff done. But sometimes that doesn't happen, so you just kind of roll with it and just do what you can do. That's what you do. If your cookies don't get made, your cookies don't get made. But I think I'm gonna be able to get cookies done. I know I will. So I was just thinking back to when my kids were little and doing our table's pretty big now. It used to be a lot smaller, but I remember just making and filling the entire tabletop with cookies and just leaving them out, and just all the fun we used to do, all the good bakings. And I really do like making food and baking and doing all those things. And Christmas time is no exception. I still like making cookies. I don't make them as much, but I do like making them. So today we're gonna focus on doing some cookies for the holidays. It's still, I know it's getting closer for you guys. We still have, 10 days? I got 11 over there, but it's 10 days until Christmas for our household. So I try to do things that I can store for a while. The peanut brittle was something I can keep stored. The fudge, something I can have for a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is chocolate chip cookies. Today I'm gonna make some Whoopie Pies, and then I'm going to also make some no-bake cookies. Those three you can freeze really well and have them for the Christmas. So I'm gonna do those and then save our chocolate dipped ones, like pretzels and hamburger cookies, and I don't even know what else we're making, but those kind of ones that don't last as long until next week, right before Christmas. It'll be after Christmas for you guys, but that's okay. Maybe somebody watches next year's video. So we're gonna be doing a whole lot of cookies. It's gonna be delicious. We're gonna have a good day. I've got my pot of water over here. If you wonder, why do you have a pot out here? You're probably not, but just in case you do as the day goes on, our hot water situation, we went last night and went to our local Lowe's and Home Depot, and nobody had the hot water heater that we need. So we have a 50-gallon, and it's propane. And so for our house, there wasn't an alternative. You can get a smaller one, but that's not going to work for our household. So we just had to think about it, think about getting the tankless system, because that was another option. It's just twice the price. So after reading a lot of stuff online and seeing how it works, I'm we can get away with a 50-gallon. That works for our family. There's very rare times that we run out of hot water. Very rare. And that's usually after being gone all day and then everybody hurrying to take a shower. That's most of the times that we run out. But for the majority, we space it out. We just know what to do. It's not a big deal to run out of hot water. So, but anyway, so we just got to order it. So that's how it is. And so it looks like they would deliver to your house, but it wouldn't be here till after January. But they will deliver to the store. So we're gonna have it delivered hopefully the 20th through the 23rd, I think they gave us. So hopefully the 20th before, maybe even earlier, and they'll give us a call, which would be nice. But in the meantime, we're just boiling water. So Greg was able to bypass the system last night and do something, jump the wire, I don't know, whatever you do anyways, and it was able to heat up. So all the kids got showers last night, and then we're able to use the hot water, and I ran the dishwasher and all that good stuff. And so then today he's like, I can go down and do the same thing this morning. I'm like, it's good, I'll do my pot of water. So I thought to myself, I'm like, wow, if we really had to save on water, if I just had teach the kids for a week to take a shower in that size pot of water, we would probably really save a whole lot of water, because you really need a bowl of water. You can shower and bathe yourself in this much water, literally right here. I have long hair, I have a lot of hair, and I wash it every day. And so using this is plenty, but how much do we actually use? We use a whole lot, right? You just sit there in the hot water and enjoy the, I don't, but my kids do. So I'm always showers are not a place to enjoy the warmth. I'm get in, wash your body, and get out. That's what the showers are for. They're not to enjoy the hot water. They're not there to just stand there and let the water go down the drain. I'm get out and warm yourself in clothes, and that's when you enjoy your heat. So anyways, that's my little tidbits on shower. But anyways, next week that should be here. So anyways, today I've got my pot of water boiling. I fill up my sink with a hot soapy water so I can wash dishes as I go. It's going to be a great day today. It is. I'm gonna make cookies. I'm gonna start out by making chocolate chip cookies, something we enjoy, something Greg really likes, and I've done a whole bunch of recipes over the years. It seems like forever. I don't know what or how or who or what, but I will get that baking soda taste in there because I don't mix it up all the way and then ruin the whole batch. And so I'm just determined to go slow and let the recipe and the mixer do the work so I make them properly. So I'm gonna do this big giant package of semi-sweet ones here. I'm gonna follow the recipe right on the back. I've got my oven going. It said 375. Is it 375? I had 350. feel like 350 is good. I don't want to burn these cookies. Do I do 375? I don't know. We'll see. We'll do 350. We'll do the first batch 375. I'll let that go right there. That's good. And then I'm gonna mix everything up in the mixer here. I've got all my ingredients been sitting out for a while. Put the recipe on the screen. It's gonna be easy, delicious, wonderful chocolate chip cookies for our entire family, and everybody likes them. So let's start making them. You guys ready? Get some music on. Get yourself a playlist. Get yourself some good earbuds. Drown out the world and just love life. All right, you ready? Let's go. Okay, that was really weird. My recipe says flour, all-purpose flour, unsalted. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen that in butter, but I've never seen unsalted on my flour. Is that for like the self-rising flour? Interesting. This thing is my favorite too. Where did I get this from? I don't know, but it's got tablespoon on one side, teaspoon on the other. Way better. Those are the only two things I would keep. Like you get a whole set with a quarter, a half, all those things. Throw those all away. Just keep your teaspoon and your tablespoon and then fill it accordingly. But this is great. I just can't remember where I got this from. Some company, and I was like, oh, I'm keeping that. So anyways, this is good. All right, let's mix this up. I don't usually ever mix it in the bowl. I usually always just add it, but I'm going to follow the directions perfectly because as my kids know, we don't need the baking soda taste in our cookies. And I feel like if I mix it up beforehand, that will help hugely. That will work. And I finally went into Walmart and got sea salt. I was happy for that because I've been using just iodized salt, and I know that's not good for you. But I was glad to finally go in. What do we need? 1 teaspoon. I was finally glad to go in and get like the real stuff. The real stuff. The stuff that I would normally use. We used to use, I don't even know what the salt is now. This is hay. We used to have Morton Salt Company. My grandpa and my uncle worked at the Morton Salt Company, and so every Christmas they'd have a huge Christmas party, and my grandma would always take all our grandkids. We'd go and they would give you like salt. So I remember she had like an endless supply of Morton salt. So it was always like, Merry Christmas, here's some salt. So, but we always had a supply of salt, but it was kind of cool. They worked there. They had like a mine in St. Clair back in the day, way back in the day, that used to be able to go to. So, all right, anyways, I've got my flour, baking soda, and salt. Let's mix with a little mix whisker here. Just whisk it together. You don't have to. You can add this into your ingredients, but I feel like that's when that baking soda gets weird on your food. And once in a while, you get that nasty tasting cookie. So that sure doesn't seem like very much, does it? All right, let's go add the rest into the mixer here. I changed my battery real quick. I just remembered I'm like low on the margarine, so I need to get more at the store. So I wrote that down because I probably won't go shopping before I make my next batch of cookies. And then pellets. We're doing our smoker. I'm gonna actually smoke a chicken today, do a roast chicken, roasted on the smoker. So I just remembered as I was doing this, I better write that down so I don't forget. All right, keep working, Amy. And I'm excited, Barbara sent me a Mexican vanilla blend of this, and I haven't got to use it yet. So what's the difference between Mexican and regular? It smells really good. Delicious. All right, let's mix this up. All right, even being a skilled baker, I'm not skilled, but I've done these. I've learned to do one pan first. These are real fluffy. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever used the Great Value recipe, but we'll see. It just seems a little fluffy. So we're gonna bake one sheet just to see how they turn out. Then I know if I have to add flour or something else to the mixture. So that's gonna go in there. While that's in there, I'm going to go outside and I have a chicken in my refrigerator here. I have a whole chicken here that I made in my freezer meal day. Oh, I was going to do jambalaya tonight because we were going to go out we're going to go see a light show tonight, which I'll show you tomorrow, but I feel like I'm going to be home all day, so I might as well make the chicken tomorrow. Will be church, will be a little busier, and I was going to go out with Jaden, so I'm thinking save jambalaya for tomorrow and do chicken today. So I'm going to take this whole chicken, put it on my smoker, and then I also have a few steaks, so it'll be more like Evan and Greg like steak. I think like Steven, he likes steaks. We went out to a restaurant. He's like, I want to have steak, and I was like, you want to have steak? I'm like, what 9-year-old wants to have steak? So I was like, $35 for a steak for a 9-year-old? I don't think so compared to the $10 kid meal. But we found like a lunch sirloin steak or something, and it was like the same price as like a meal would be. So he got that, he ate it. I was like, okay, he likes his steak. So anyways, they might eat that, but I have steak here and I have chicken here. So I'm gonna go put that in the smoker real quick while this is baking in the oven, and then we'll come back, we'll check this, and I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's go put this out in the smoker in the cold morning. All right, I'm gonna go in. Ruby's like, I smell the steak in there. That's on the smoker. Let me go in and wash my hands. All right, cookies look good in there. So what I'm gonna do is take these out of this pan here, this container, so I can mix up another batch of cookies while these are in the oven. So we'll just transfer this to the bowl that we did the flour. And I've got dinner on the smoker, which is good. I like having my dinner done early. Why? Because I like to free up my afternoon because it's a lot of work to work and get everything done in a day. So that's why I do my dinners earlier. I just watched another YouTube mom that I watch occasionally, and she was quitting YouTube, and I thought, I see why she did. She said it just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. She's a young mom. She's got a lot of little kids, so I understand, because it's definitely a lot of work doing this every single day. And so just seeing, I was like, that's good that she made that decision to do that and to put her family and all those things first. So the reason why I do my dinners early is, guys, I put my family first so that later I can sit and enjoy dinner with my kids and my husband, because I enjoy that very much, to be able to do that. So if I'm making dinner at 4 or 5, right when dinner hour comes, then my video gets pushed off till later, and that means the rest of my night is considered editing versus spending time with my family. So got to do what's important and is good for you in your life. So this is just a different way to do things. All right, this is empty. I'm gonna not wash this because my next one is gonna be Whoopie Pies, and I don't need to rinse that out. So let me get another batch of cookies to put in the oven, and then keep going. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is chocolate Whoopie Pies. I'm gonna keep doing the chocolate chip here as I keep making, because you know the oven can be freed up. So chocolate Whoopie Pies, these are really good. They're an Amish Mennonite. I'm assuming that's where they started, because I've never had them before, versus like a Suzy Q. Think of like Suzy Q, Twinkies, those kind of things. Remember those? Did you grow up on those? I grew up on those Suzy Qs. I always like the cupcakes better. Yeah, that's what I would have. But anyways, so this is similar to it because it has the 2 soft chocolate cake, and then it has the filling, and it tastes exactly the same. And so my friend Barb, she would make these, and they were really good. And then she had them in the freezer. I was like, oh, put them in the freezer, really good. So we like having these. They're really simple to make. They'll last in your freezer a long time. We made them and we dipped them in like sprinkles. That's kind of a neat way. They just take time because you got to make the batter here, and then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then you cook them all, bake them all, and then you're gonna make the filling separately. So that's the little time-consuming part, but that's okay. We'll have it. It's a bunch. I'll put the recipe on the screen for chocolate Whoopie Pies. Delish. Been making them forever. Enjoy these. I also made these with a Devil's Food cake mix. So on my blog, plainnotsopplain.com, I did it with a cake mix. That was really good too, just because I had an abundance of cake mixes last year, I believe, at this time. So let's whip these up. I'll put the recipe on the screen. Really good chocolate Whoopie Pies. You should make some. real fast. Everybody always asks, not everybody, some of you ask where I get these containers from. Like I have the normal, typical plastic ones everybody else has on YouTube, but these are actually pet food containers. I never used them for pet food, but they store a whole lot of flour and sugar, because if you look at a big flour and sugar container on Amazon, they're a lot of money. So I have these linked below. They were actually pet food containers. They work great. I lost a little clip on here, but these are good. They seal. I don't have to worry about bugs or anything getting into here. So pet food containers, think that. Those look really good. I always share everything I like. This is a cake spatula from Norpro. I have this in my Amazon store. I've been using this. It's basically a cake server, but I use it for spatulas because it gets under the cookie, it gets under everything really good, cuts really good, great server. I don't have a regular spatula. We have one that we use on the smoker, and I have one that I got Maddie to use in my stainless, like non-stick pans, but this I've had forever. I've had this since the beginning of my marriage. I actually just bought more because we use them all the time. So, all right, first batch of cookies. They look good. We'll try them. I don't like warm chocolate chip cookies. I know the kids will eat them and they'll think they're delicious. I'm more of a cold kind of frozen cookie kind of person, but this is good. All right, I need to go get and mix up the dry ingredients so I can add it to my mixture. Okay, the recipe calls for sour milk. So how do you make sour milk? Do you get milk and make it go bad? Sorry, I need a fork in here. No, you just mix it with vinegar. That's what you do. You can even use buttermilk on this too, but I'm gonna use powdered milk because I only have, I have fresh milk, but the kids will use that for cereal. So it's 2 1/4 cups. So I'm just adding 2 cups of water, and then it's 2 scoops of this. This is one per scoop. That will make my milk. Get powdered milk for your baking if you kind of constantly run out of milk, because I know I do. So by adding this will get it up there. Just mix this up, and then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of vinegar to this, and that makes the sour milk. I know, simple. It doesn't have to be exact. You can kind of, guesstimate on there. So that will make sour milk. As you're stirring this, it kind of gets lumpy and separated, just like sour milk would. See that? So it kind of gets. There we go. See how it kind of curdles? Yeah, gross, huh? There's sour milk. Some of my chocolate chip cookies were getting really thin. I'm like, oh, they were just getting too warm. So I just put this in the freezer while I was doing this. So I've got my no-bake cookies on really low. We will get those. They're going to get there. But I'm going to try to finish these up here, the chocolate chip, so then I can start on those. So I'm just going to put these out. This is good. I sprayed my little cookie scooper when I first started, but I see it didn't stay that way. This is pretty sticky, the dough. I probably can do it a little bit thicker. And I might even make another batch. I don't know if I like the Great Value mixture, but I bet you if I just would put it in the freezer, it'd be a little bit thicker. That's okay. They taste good. I'm sure they do. I didn't try one yet, but I'm sure it'll taste delicious. So always making cookies are good. Making them, the ones that you can freeze is kind of nice, because then if they don't get eaten, you don't throw them away. Like certain ones, like, you know, decorated cookies you can't freeze with the frosting on. But like this, these are really good ones to freeze, and my kids just pull them out of the freezer. I think my mother-in-law, my husband, said she would make a whole bunch of cookies with her friend and stick them in the freezer and then pull them out for Christmas. But my husband would go down and keep eating them out of the freezer. I'm pretty sure that's how the story went. So I always think it'd be nice to like wait until Christmas and then pull out all the treats. I'd always like to do that, like, you know, where you don't decorate all month and you just decorate. Your kids wake up, basically it's winter wonderland on Christmas Day. That'd be kind of cool, like wake up to all the cookies. But that just hasn't happened. We always have an abundance of cookies. Maybe when I'm older. Let me see, that's good. I think that's it. Let me get this out. Let's do a little bit bigger ones here. These are kind of tiny. So I might mix up another batch. I'll see how much work this is and how my day rolls. But I might do another batch of these, because these are, like I said, and put them in the freezer. So I'm gonna put this in my sink. I've been rinsing everything off really good, washing in cold water in the cold side, and then going over to the hot side, the warm water, and doing the bowl so it doesn't get yucky. All right, so I'm doing good with cookies. I've got my no-bake cookies. I had to pull my recipe out here. So what I'm gonna do, put it closer, is I've got my thermometer in there. When it reaches 230 degrees, that's the temperature you want for the heat. And then I'm gonna add peanut butter to it. So instead of measuring it, I'm gonna just assume this is a good cup. That's what I'm gonna use. And then oatmeal to it, mix it up, and then I'm gonna drop it over here. I'm gonna do it right on my countertop. You should put it in parchment paper, but I don't have parchment paper. I don't think I do. No, I don't. Just do what you can do. So just stir it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be delicious. No-bake cookies are really good. You can add shredded coconut or peanuts. My kids just like it plain, so I'm gonna do it the way that they like it. All right, so hopefully I'm waiting for this stuff to go over here. I should bring it over here and talk while I'm stirring this. That's what I should do. Here we go, just move the camera. So this is good. It's at 200, it's not even 200 degrees yet. So I'm just gonna kind of, I guess I can turn it up. That probably would help. But it's going good. We're doing really good getting stuff done today. So the cookies, definitely the cooler ones. The ones in between were like a little bit soft, but I don't know. I might make more. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. The Whoopie Pies are going to be what takes time. So I'll see if I do something else in between there. But this is going to be good. The kids like these. They're delicious. They're going to be all good. They came up and they saw Brooklyn's on my necklace. She's like, Mom, isn't that what you picked out for me? So Julia Jewelry, you know, they've been supplying me with jewelry. So they sent this one this month. I thought this was really cool. They had, you can get like your name engraved in that, but I thought it'd be really neat to get blessed and wear it with the double necklace. So for her, let me show you. Since it was her birthday and she likes jewelry, I got her, basically she got this one right here, the bottom one, and then hers is a butterfly for the top one. You know how you can wear like 3 necklaces. She's just gonna do the 2, or let me do it this way. There we go. You could do 3. That's just a lot of necklace there, I think. So she'll have the butterfly and then the bottom one, which would be really pretty. But I thought I got this one that said blessed, because you can get them engraved, anything that you, or not engraved, you can get them custom made however you want. So I thought the blessed was really neat. So loving the necklaces. Oh, let me stir this here. So just a neat, different, a little alternative. Usually I get earrings from them, and they've been supplying me with a lot of different earrings, which has been really thankful for. But this one, I thought Brooklyn's been wearing jewelry more, so I thought let me get her a necklace. So that's gonna be the one that she picks. So right there, look at that. Those look pretty, don't they? I'll link these ones below. Jewelry always gives you guys a discount code as well. Awesome company. I know a lot of you order from there and get things from there, and you said you really like the quality. I love the quality of the jewelry. Been enjoying wearing it every single day of my life. All right, so this is almost boiling. I'm gonna get my peanut butter up to add it to this. We're gonna make some stuff. Okay, got a lot of my cleaning done here. Let me get this here. Got a lot of my cleaning in the kitchen done. Did dishes. I emptied that sink. Got another pot of boiling water so I can water to boil so I can add it to my sink to keep warm. I'm gonna do the Whoopie Pies now, and then probably pick up my mess here. I might be. I don't know if I'll do more. We'll see. But I'm gonna do the Whoopie Pies. This is a little bit thinner. You can do these thicker. It depends on how you like your Whoopie Pies. I don't like a big roundy cookie. I like more of a flat cookie. So I'm gonna do the recipe exactly how it said. But I just gotta make sure I had just the right amount so they don't go over. I have made them where they're rounded and bigger. I'm just gonna keep with the thinner version. The thinner version on here. So just put it on your cookie sheet. They're gonna go flat when you bake them. And that's what you want because you wanna be able to smush some filling in between them. So this is really good. You can do this with like a vanilla kind. You can do it with pumpkin. There's a whole lot. I know you can change the filling flavor too if you'd like to. Like a minty with the chocolate would be really good, but since we only do these once a year, I'm just going to make them how I normally do, chocolate and the regular frosting. So this is good right here. It's been good. Good morning, getting things done. Now, if you have kids, or maybe it's just a lot to do baking, because a lot of you, a couple of you commented that you don't have any kids, but you still enjoy my channel. And so I thought, I don't want to like hone in and say this is only for mamas, because this is for anyone for encouragement. So maybe just making cookies is overwhelming to do. I get that. So focus on just one. If you want to do a bunch, just focus on one a day. Whoopie pies, they're like a two-step process. So if I were doing this and it was a little overwhelming, I would do that cookies today. Tomorrow I would make the filling and do the filling, just because it's a longer process. Same thing if like you had decorated cookies too. So I'm gonna put these in the oven on 350. This is good. I'm gonna have to clean up my mess here because I'm gonna run out of space, and if I'm putting my cookies on my countertop, I could have done my table, but you know, I figured I'd do it up here. It'd be a lot easier to film it for you. So let me clean up my mess here, keep my music rolling here. Good to listen to some good encouraging music or sermons while you're making food, just to keep your day rolling. So let me clean up my mess here. I'm gonna put this back in the freezer to keep it nice and cool. I thought maybe that would fit. It's not going to. That's okay. So I'm making my Whoopie Pies here, so getting them out, it's just gonna take some time to get it done. I'm gonna start making the frosting. So what you do is take a cup of milk and 5 tablespoons of flour, whisk it together. It's gonna get really thick. Then you're gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna whip all that together with the sugar to make a fluffy, like a whipped, almost like a Cool Whippy whipped cream frosting. So you want your flour and milk to look like this, like real thick. So then you're gonna want this to cool completely. So I'm gonna stick mine in the freezer because we're doing time today. So this will go good in the freezer. When this cools, just put everything in the mixer and whip it up. It'll make a really good whippy frosting. Okay, so I've had a good morning. My girls have gotten up and my boys too, and chit-chatting with them, so I'm a little bit slower behind, but all my cookies are finished. I picked up and put away the chocolate chip in containers and put away the no-bake cookies in the refrigerator just to get them a little bit harder and cooler. So I'm gonna mix up my frosting, which I need to put my hook on here. So this is really simple. Let me go find my recipe here. You're gonna add, I'm just looking, I'm like, do I have 2 cups of shortening? This is all the shortening I have. I feel like that's 2 cups of shortening. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it. We're gonna have to go with it. So let me scoop this out first and see. Because you need 2 cups of shortening. I'm just gonna do a good guess here. I feel like I just have 1 cup of shortening. All right, so I'm actually I doubled my recipe for the flour and milk. I think I'm just gonna add, I'll go back and just do, yeah, that's only 1 cup. That's not 2 cups, Amy. That's okay. It'll be enough. I think I double it when I make more. I just couldn't remember. I was like, do I double this or not? All right, so this is what we're basically gonna whip shortening and sugar and vanilla. Beat it till it gets real fluffy. Then add your flour mixture, and it's real simple. Makes real whippy, flippy frosting. It's delicious. So let's do that. Okay, I whipped my frosting. Look at that, nice and fluffy, delicious, looking nice and hard, look at firm, right there. Whip it longer, just let it, if you do a hand mixer, it just takes you longer, just be patient, but I put it in my mixer, let it do its thing. I'm gonna just put 2 of these together, put a little bit of sprinkles on them, set them in a thing, and then I'm gonna wrap them up individually, real simple. Okay, so you know that I'm doing way less because I have about half the amount of icing. It's double the recipe, but if you want like really thick, do a lot more. I'm just being frugal because I know I don't have much. You don't have to put sprinkles, but this to me is good. Like having all that filling, I feel like it's a lot. So the best way to do this is flip up your cookies and then just flop it on top and put them all together. It goes really quick versus doing one at a time. I'm just kind of hurrying here because, you know, the day's going quickly. But you just got to match up, you know, the sizes that you need. So if you flip them and put some frosting on, it's going to be great. Let me bring you over here. All right, I'm feeling accomplished. If you don't have sprinkles between your toes right now, then you didn't do any baking. Or you're a really neat baker, either one. So I got these. These are done. The kids have already come up and they're like, can we have a Whoopie Pie? So here's all these. And we've got the chocolate chip over here. I kind of left the ones I did a little bit longer on the last batch, so I put those on top. The rest are in a container in the no bakes I put in the refrigerator. So I will have the girls wrap these up with plastic wrap, and then we'll put them in the freezer. That's a good place to store these. You can keep them on the counter. You can put them in your refrigerator. I just like them frozen. That's the way I like them. They can take them out and they'll last forever. So I just did. It's a little difficult to wash dishes with cold water, especially when you have grease. So all that frosting, I was like, oh my goodness. So I had to do a couple batches of real hot water, and I got it all clean, got my dishes clean. So this is done over here. And then I'm like, all right, I need to work on my dinner for tonight. So the steaks are done a long time ago, but I need to go out and check to see if my chicken is done. I'm sure it is. Let me just go run out and check it and see. More than likely it is. More than likely it is. I just need a container. Let me get a container. Yeah, more than likely it is finished. And then I'll do a few sides. So let's go head outside for a minute. Okay, came outside. I have my camera. I got bare feet out here. It's beautiful. It's warm out. It feels like 60. Actually, sorry. I need to just put my camera up higher. There we go. So it's been a good day. I'm feeling like accomplished. It's after lunchtime now. Kids have got up and done their thing. They had a slow-moving morning, so that's good. Oh yeah, chicken. Look at this. You want to see the chicken? Here is the chicken right here. Look at that. I'm sure it's done. Look at that. Oh yeah. And then I put like the lemons inside of it, so yeah, that's good and done. Yeah, that's oh look at all that juicy coming out. Alright, so chicken is finished. This is where you just grab your hands and you put it on your hands. Get your utensils, but we're not gonna do that, we're just gonna use it now. Look at that. Delicious. Ruby, she's like, I want some of that. You want some of that, Ruby? That does smell really good, doesn't it? She's like licking my gels. So I'm gonna go take this in. I think I'm just gonna do, I gotta go see kind of stuff I can put for sides. Okay, so I have to think, what is gonna go with this chicken? So I'm gathering things up. I grabbed some applesauce out of my freezer, so I'll put that in the refrigerator. I have a little bit of cheese in the refrigerator for a long time, so I'm gonna take this broccoli, heat it up in the microwave, put the cheese on it, and then we've got stovetop. I'm gonna do 2 of these. And I've got, look at that much mashed potatoes. Can I make like an instant mashed potato, like super tiny? I'm gonna have to measure this out and see. I know, winner. And couscous, because my kids like couscous. Carbs, 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 veggies, and fruit. That works. So I'm just gonna whip all these together, put them in there so we can eat them tonight for dinner, because then we're gonna be heading out. So everything pretty much is gonna go on the stove or in the microwave. Make my life easier. So let me start. I'm gonna put my applesauce in the refrigerator. All right, I'm grabbing out the spaghetti left over. That's got to get eaten up today for lunch. I'm looking at the rest here. All right, just gathering up. Look and see what we have. We have like celery and peanut butter and carrots, that kind of stuff. So let me get some dishes so I can use up my microwave. Let me do the broccoli in a container. Get that in the microwave. I have like, I guess, oh, that's a lot of broccoli. All right, that'll be good. Okay, so everything is basically put together. So the couscous will be done in a minute. I'll fluff it with a fork. The stuffing, I just added hot water from my big giant pot here. That I'm gonna put in the oven to keep warm. The broccoli and cheese, I'll put in the oven to keep warm. That's done. Now I'm gonna make my instant mashed potatoes. This is real simple. So basically you have to add milk and chicken broth. You're supposed to boil it. Well, I'm going to make powdered milk and do chicken bouillon for my chicken broth. So what I'm gonna do is, got my mixing bowl right here. I've got a pot of water boiling over here. I'm gonna add a scoop. Look at that, that's already got my milk on. Let me wash this out. Basically, we're gonna mix everything up here. We're doing this how we can do it. So in here I put my, instead of, you're supposed to add 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of chicken broth, but I'm gonna add chicken bouillon and powdered milk, and then I'm gonna scoop out some water right here that's boiling and just mix it all together here. It's gonna be great. Okay, these mashed potatoes are delicious, like so good. And is it because I grew up on instant mashed potatoes and my mom made them really good? Grandma always made them like way better. She added stuff to it, so that's what I did here. So I put the recipe on the screen, the stuff I added to it. You saw me add more water to it, and the reason why is because it was only supposed to be 2 cups of instant potato flakes, and I added the rest because there's only like 1/4 of a cup left. So, but these are so good, so good. I will let you know if the kids even eat them. So these are our sides for tonight. We have the chicken, mashed potatoes, I've got the stuffing, broccoli and cheese, and the couscous. Done. I don't have to worry about dinner or anything else tonight. So what I'm gonna do, my greatest thing is my kids all came out and they were all like, Whoopie Pies? These are my favorite. So just to see the kids take a bite in their faces, we're like, oh, so good. That's a smile Mama loves to see. I love to see them bite into something you bake and they just go, that tastes delicious, Mama. So just such a good thing. So what I'm gonna do is I am finished for the day with you guys because it's 1:30 right now. We're gonna clean up, get that stuff done, but I'm gonna close today's video so I can edit it, get done with it, and kind of relax a little bit this afternoon. We gotta do some school, get our Bible and our nature study done, and so that's not very exciting for you, but it gets me done. We can eat, and then we can get to our light show. It's a light show. We're actually gonna go to the animal one. Remember last year we went to the one in South Carolina? It was called Hollywild, and so we're gonna go there again this year. So I'll bring the camera. It'll be another video, probably tomorrow's video. Yeah, I'll put it in tomorrow's video for you guys. So, but it'll be fun. But I want to close today's video so I can finish with my day. So I thank you guys for watching, for all the things that we do, all the things I make, all the delicious treats that I made today. I mean, those are going to be eaten up real quick here in this household. So you guys have a fantastic, I'm talking fantastic rest of your day. And remember that you were designed and created for a great purpose. You are in this life. You are. God's got a great plan and purpose for your life. It's our job to figure out what that is. Pretty cool. And once you do, oh, watch out. Nothing can stop you. They'll be trying. They'll be trying to stop you, but God is so much greater and will get you to where you need to be. So have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see ya. Bye.